Hello and welcome back to Internalize. A couple of days late because, as you can hear, it's probably kind of obvious I lost my voice. It's kind of difficult to talk properly, but I'm feeling a lot better. So I thought, why not, just get this done with, get it recorded, get it posted by, what's the date? Is it Tuesday? Yep. This should be out on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on my mood. Probably Wednesday on the RSS feeds and Thursday on the YouTube. So if you want to catch these earlier, if that's of any interest to you, please make sure to subscribe, follow. It depends on where you're listening to your podcasts. They're there basically everywhere. It's there on Pocket Casts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher before it went bust, Google Podcasts before it went bust. It's also there on Spotify if you use Spotify to listen to your podcasts. Yeah, Overcast. I think that's a podcast platform as well. There are quite a few podcast platforms you have to choose from. So if you want to catch these early, make sure to follow me where you listen to all your podcasts. So uh, yeah, I've been doing good. This last week has been quite busy, to be perfectly honest. It's fine. Like I've had a short break for Diwali as well, so I'm kind of chilling in in a sort of busy way, but it's fine because I have a lot of breaks, unlike some of my other days. It's a lot easier to handle, personally speaking. But yeah, today I want to talk about one of the craziest experiences I had. Honestly, the craziest experiences I had in a long time, and an experience I didn't expect to have so early in my lifetime. And that is going to a Jacob Collier concert. So I don't know if I've spoken about this at all. I think I have in my blog. But when I applied for YYGS, Yale Young Global Scholars, it's like the summer program for high school students at Yale. They asked a question about what would you spend? What would you wait? Excuse me. What would you wait in a really long line for? And I said I would wait in a really long line for a Jacob Collier concert ticket because from all the clips that I'd seen of his concerts, they were all like incredibly cool, super involving. He's like a crazy, what do you call, like a crowd work genius. I feel, I don't know if crowd work is the right word for like a non-comedy show, but he's really good at engaging the audience. And it feels like in his concert, all like everyone knows music, at least at a very basic level. And at his concert, it's like, everyone's making music together. It's like a collective experience, which is something I was really really yearning for. I feel like most of the stuff I do seem to be quite individualistic, seems to, and I guess isolating in a sense. But yeah, I was really excited to go for a Jacob Collier concert, and I sort of expected that the earliest time I'd be able to see one would probably be in college, and that too only if I ended up going to the US by some miracle, right? But for some reason, he decided to come to India, right? That was already a little bit of a surprise to me. I was like, uh, there's this meme that I saw the other day that was like, when a band says they're going on a world tour, they legitimately just go to Canada to like three cities. They go to Argentina, Brazil. Of course, they go to the US. They go to a couple of cities in Europe like Amsterdam, Paris. They go to London, and yeah, that's all. It's a world tour. Uh, Asia is completely neglected, and if they come to Asia, it's probably to like Singapore. So yeah, it was a real surprise to me to discover that he was even coming to India in the first place, especially considering he's not the largest artist in the world and touring can be quite expensive. So I was looking forward to seeing where he would come. I mean, at the point I figured this out, he had sort of decided that he was going to Mumbai and Delhi. At least that was on his website, and I was thinking, maybe if it's in the summer or something, I could probably just I would probably go to Mumbai for a day or two and see the concert. That's how desperate I was to see it. But it was a real surprise to me when I think maybe a month or two ago I saw a post on Instagram saying that Jacob Collier was coming to Bangalore of all places. Bangalore as a city has never really been a harbor to the greatest of concerts, at least not concerts from the West, from like Western artists. Of course, Bangalore is a city with quite a large music scene. In my opinion, probably has this the largest music scene in India. Maybe the Bollywood music scene is larger in Mumbai. Maybe the Western music scene is actually, I don't know if that's the case as well. Maybe the Hindustani music scene is larger in Delhi or Kolkata. Maybe the Carnatic scene is larger in Chennai. But I think, like, overall, the diversity of music is probably the largest in Bangalore. So I suppose it's not that much of a surprise that he came here. But yeah, it was a really large surprise for me. Uh, but yeah, I didn't really think he had enough fans to warrant setting up a tour date in Bangalore, to be perfectly honest. But honestly, I'm not complaining. I got the chance to go there, and we booked tickets, and yeah, I was super excited. I was so ready to go. Um, so yeah, let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk like the location and ambience. It took place in the Jai Mahal Palace grounds, which is around the city center. If anyone lives in Bangalore, it's very close to the cantonment railway station. So it's in a pretty good area, so to speak, but it's quite an odd location for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's not the largest concert ground in the city. Palace grounds, somewhat like close by, is significantly larger and has historically held some of Bangalore's largest concerts. If I remember correctly, uh, I don't know his name. Uh, I forgot his name. Anyway, there were some pretty large concerts that took place in Palace grounds. I think Sunburn, the EDM festival, so was supposed to take place there as well. I'm not sure if it did. I think it has already, but I'm not sure. Uh, but yeah, it's a little odd that Skillbox, which is the company responsible for holding this event, chose to do it basically in the front porch of a hotel, and secondly, it was an outdoor venue. The other two shows in Bombay and Delhi were both indoor shows in some pretty nice theaters. Might I add, like the Ambani Theatre, or whatever in Bombay. So it was a little bit of a surprise to do it in an outdoor venue in Bangalore, and honestly, it was kind of annoying, especially considering the day of the show it was raining basically non-stop, and it went from being a sitting show to a standing show, number one, and we had to basically stand in the rain for the whole duration, which was an absolute pain. It was so bad. I detested it. Uh, but yeah, I suppose I suppose this might be down to the fact that Bangalore historically has had a culture of smoking and drinking at concerts, and I guess you wouldn't be able to do that in an indoor arena venue. But yeah, wow, did people smoke and drink, right? It was quite difficult to stand in some places. Uh, but yeah, it was cool. I guess it's not the greatest, but I suppose I get the what do you call it? I get the logic. Next up, the opening act. The concert was supposed to start at 6:30, but Jacob Collier didn't really come out until 8. There was quite a lot of traffic, both in the roads as well as um, in outside the venue, where we had to get like wristbands to get our entry and stuff, and the security check and stuff. Until then, maybe from around 7 to 8 ish, 7:30 to 8 ish, the stage was taken by an artist named Aditi Ramesh, with another guitarist. Again, quite similar to the solo piano show of Jacob Collier. It just had a piano and piano and a guitar accompanying it. The music was quite nice. It was like musician music esque, just like Carnatic fusion sort of as well, which I didn't really understand. But yeah, it was pretty cool. But I don't think people were really paying attention. I think everyone was just waiting for Jacob Collier. So yeah, next up, the lights. If anyone has watched a Jacob Collier concert on YouTube or seen clips on Instagram, you would be aware of the fact that he does quite a lot of like crowd work stuff. Like he like he tells you to sing and then he kind of plays the audience, so to speak. That's what fans like to call it. But yeah, it was definitely enhanced by the lighting. The lighting was pretty amazing. Like the lights facing the stage and lights facing the audience. So whenever he would tell us to sing something, the lights facing us would turn on. It's kind of a subtlety, of course, but I think it did really increase the immersiveness and the interactiveness of the show, which is it was kind of amazing. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. So yeah, the lighting, it was done by one of his people, like the Jesse World Tour people. But yeah, I think it was really good. I really liked it. Uh, Next up, the sound. Something we were a little bit concerned about was the sound because it's an outdoor venue and it's a temporary stage, so maybe the sound isn't great. Like we've had experiences of outdoor stages having terrible sounds. I mean, terrible sound, not sounds, not plural. But it didn't turn out to be the case. I think the sound was like pretty amazing. There was no feedback, no screeching. All the mics worked perfectly, and the speakers weren't too loud. Like there's this kind of view of concerts that they're like extremely loud, hard to be around, hard to be in. But I don't think this was really the case in the Jacob Collier concert. I'm not sure if having good sound is like status quo in large concerts. I suppose they should be, but I think it was just a nice, pleasant surprise to have really nice sound in a concert, right? And I guess this is my inexperience talking. This is definitely the first concert I've been to, right? So yeah, it was amazing. The mixing as well was like really nice. You could hear every instrument perfectly. It was so clean, especially for an outdoor show. Mixing was absolutely incredible. Again, done by one of the Jesse tour guys. Uh, I guess the one constant was probably going to be Jacob Collier, and he did deliver, of course. The music was amazing. I think, as I said, the crowd work just absolutely brilliant. That's probably the best part of the show. If you go to Instagram, he did post a reel about it as well, about the Bangalore audience choir. But yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Something I was a little sad about was the set list. I mean, there were a lot of songs that I just didn't know because I was most well versed with Jesse Volume 3, and he played most of the songs from In My Room and Jesse Volume 1. But this might be because of the fact that it was a piano tour and, like, you can't really play the electronic type songs from Volume 3 uh, with just a piano. But yeah, he did play some classics that I kind of knew again, not really well, but I did kind of know. Songs like Somebody to Love by Queen and Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder, and of course Moon River. But yeah, for a first concert, this was kind of amazing. It was an insane experience. I have no idea how this happened so early in my lifetime, but yeah, it was really really cool. If I had the chance, I'll definitely go to another one of his concerts. Ideally, not a piano tour. I'd love to see him with a full set of instruments. But yeah, it was awesome. If you have the opportunity to go to one yourself, please do go, especially if you're a fan. It's so entertaining. So yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, that's all for this week. My voice is kind of dying on me, and yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for listening, and I will catch you as soon as possible. I'm not committing to next week because things are ramping up for me, definitely. But yeah, I'll catch you next time. See you.